Thank you all for joining us today. We really appreciate you sharing the next 45 minutes with us. Pretty excited to go through this latest version launch 24.1 of front and back office. And today during that 45 minutes, I have a team full of folks who are going to be talking to their specialty. And for meeting hygiene, please know we are recording, so everyone will be on mute until the end. We'll be doing Q&A, and then you will have access to the recording and the release notes afterwards. So first and foremost, again, thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot to cover today. In this particular version, we have 85 enhancements and 44 fixes. So obviously we can't cover everything today, but we are going to touch on some highlights. Before I kick it off to the team, I'd like to lay the groundwork of some of the things we'll be covering and exciting features we're excited to talk about. With back office, we have quite a few enhancements which will streamline administrative tasks, improve the financial and operational transparency, including enhanced invoicing features. For example, there's a new report for missing local codes and improved processing for payables and tax codes. On the 1Staff front, we are utilizing AI more and more, increasing speed for repetitive tasks and aid in decision making and provide user guidance for recruiters. Now, 1Staff Talent is something that some of you may not be familiar with, and it is a mobile application designed for staffing and recruitment, offering a comprehensive suite of features to enhance the job search, employment process. It provides real-time updates with no latency, and it allows the users to search and apply for jobs, manage onboarding tasks, and maintain documents all from your mobile. So while we kick this off, again, time is limited, so I'm going to kick it off to Chantel, who will be discussing front office. Chantel, you might be on mute.
I'll say I'm turning off webcam just in case there's any kind of issues with sharing screens, that sort of thing.
Perfect.
All right, so we're going to start with 1Staff Copilot. In our latest 1Staff Front Office 24.1 release, we completed 26 enhancements and 22 bug fixes. Today, I'm going to focus on 1Staff AI enhancements. If there are any other items listed here, if you're interested in or learning more about, please feel free to contact us, and we're happy to set up a time with you. 1Staff AI uses Azure OpenAI tokens for any API calls to Azure OpenAI's API. Since there is a cost, we created a new 1Staff AI security role. This will allow your company to set who can use our latest 1Staff Copilot features. Anyone with a system administrator or 1Staff AI security roles can use the various 1Staff AI features, with the exception of scoring candidates in candidate search based on their Azure search indexes, as this doesn't have an additional cost associated with it. When using 1Staff AI, Azure OpenAI tokens are consumed for any API calls to Azure OpenAI's API. To keep track of token consumption, 1Staff Front Office 24.1 includes a 1Staff AI dashboard, which gives an overview of the Azure OpenAI token consumption. This dashboard contains charts that display token consumption by week and by category. You can also view the 1Staff AI usage metrics records that represent the data in the charts. The 1Staff AI dashboard also provides quick access to how users have rated the Copilot's responses to requests for candidate pitch, interview questions, job descriptions, selecting the document in the top right of the chart will provide a detailed listing of each session. What you're looking at here is your business persona. Setting your business persona will provide Copilot with a base understanding of the tone, personality, other essential elements when crafting your responses. This can be found in 1Staff settings under the candidate search and 1Staff AI tab. If you have any questions on how to set that so it really represents your company, definitely feel free to talk to your consultant. They'll walk you through that. Here is your recruiter inline Copilot. We've added the Copilot to the account positions. If you have a job title, paid time units such as hour, day, or week, and a city region selected, Copilot can provide details on average salaries for you. It can also provide a job description that best fits your needs, from just a short synopsis to a full description that you can use just about anywhere. Once you get a description, you can choose to add that to the external job description, which can be reviewed and edited under the default job details tab. This will be added to any new job order with this account position. Lastly, Copilot can create interview questions that you can use to create a questionnaire group. And again, you can use that anytime this account position has been added. On the application, recruiters can request 1Staff Copilot to create a candidate pitch based on the contact resume summary and job details. This works really well if you're wanting to send this out to any potential hiring company. And lastly, candidate search. There's actually a lot going on here. It's fantastic. We've added the ability for users to take advantage of our 1Staff AI when doing a candidate search. There are a number of things that need to be set up properly for this option to work. Your consultant will be able to walk you through the process of filling in the candidate search section in 1Staff settings. The job order indexing field is required. You can choose the field you want. We do have recommendations for that, and we'll let you know. If the candidate and job order have been previously synced and indexed to 1Staff AI, recruiters with 1Staff AI security role or the system admin can select the Boolean tab and run a search using the 1Staff AI. Candidate search uses embeddings of candidate resumes and job orders to make a fast comparison of the data possible. These embeddings are retrieved from Azure OpenAI and stored in the Azure Search database. Only candidates that have that embedding retrieved and stored in the Azure Search database will provide a valid cognitive search score, which is that little blue section that you kind of see there, and that black part that you see on there describing what it is. When performing a search against an indexed job order, our candidate search will compare the embedding of the job to the embeddings of all indexed candidates and add the raw score result returned by Azure Search for each candidate to the rating column. Please be aware, only candidates that are indexed in the Azure Search database will have their score added to their rating, and only jobs that are indexed will have this impact in the Azure Search result. So if you're not seeing it, go back, double check, make sure that you've actually synced that. And that is all. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thanks so much, Chantal. That was fantastic. Very exciting stuff. Next, I would like to tee up Dana, who will be going through some back office enhancements. Dana?
Thanks, Christine. As Christine mentioned, there are a lot of enhancements and fixes in this release. So if there's anything we don't talk about today, which obviously we're not going to get through even close to all of this stuff, please reach out to us and we'll let you know if it's a feature or a fix that you were looking for and you're just not sure if it got into the release. Let us know and we'll get you that information. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is effective dates for discounts, which we've added in 24.1. One thing I want to mention is we did also add rebates and tiered discounts in our 23.2 release, which was the previous release. I'm not going to be touching a lot on that right now because this is specific to the 24.1 release, but if you have questions on that, please let us know. So as you can see, on the screen, there's a configuration option, a new configuration option for advanced discounts. You can see it at the bottom in green. So you will need to enable that in order to enable the new effective dates for discounts. So this is the advanced discounts setup window. And as you can see, I've set up a discount I'm calling 50 tier. So you could see it's a tiered discount at the bottom of the window there. From $0 to $50,000 in sales, it's 2%. And then as you can see, it goes up and you can have 5 different tiers. So you're going to need to set up these advanced discounts first, and then those will be used when you are setting up your effective dates on the placements within 1Staff. What you're seeing here is the placement window in 1Staff. As you can see, the advanced discounts button there in green is enabled when you enable the configuration option that I showed on the first slide. And as you can see below, it allows you to add multiple discounts to a single placement. The basic discounts feature, which has been in 1Staff for quite a while, as you know, only allows you to add a flat percentage, a single discount to each placement. So now we're allowing you to add tiers, and also we're allowing multiple discounts per placement. And as you can see at the right on the bottom, we have start and end dates, so effective dates. You can have discounts kick in based on the date, based on the timesheet date that, you know, of the timesheets. So I want to move on here to a couple of small things we added to our timesheet invoicing window. One is hide 0 batches, and another is mark 0 batches as invoiced. So if you have pay no bill batches, timesheet batches in the system, as you know previously, you still had to mark those, you still had to select your frequencies and formats, and then you had to actually invoice them to get them out of this window. So what we've done is allowed you to get those out of the window a little bit more efficiently. So if you want to hide those batches that are pay no bill, you can mark the hide 0 batches checkbox, and that will hide them from the window. If you want to push them through and get them out of the invoicing window, you can click the mark 0 batches as invoiced, and that will automatically send those batches through. The next one is rules processing reprint. What we've heard from our customers is, okay, it's great that, you know, we can process rules on these timesheets, but we'd like to be able to see those reports from the past in the future if we ever want to question, you know, what was converted or how time was converted. So as you can see on the window, there is under the reports, 1Staff reports, we've added the rules processing reprint. You can go to the next slide. So this is a very basic setup. What it does is it just allows you to select a date range at the bottom of which rules processing reports you want to reprint. So the key thing to note is it is the created date of the batch. So if you imported the batch through one of the tools, or if you manually entered it, it is the date on which it was created. So if a batch was created on August 26th of this year, it would be included given the example on your screen. So all of those batches with the created date between that effective date range will be reprinted, and you'll be able to see why time was converted, how time was converted. This next one is not specific to 24.1, but it's something that we came out with since 23.2, and it is what we're calling Remittance Plus. So in GP, as you know, you can send out payables remittances, but it's not super flexible in allowing you to add detail and the format that you're able to send it in. So what we've done is we've created a way to automatically email payables remittances out of the system at a given point, whatever you decide during the day, and you can email them out in a CSV format. So what we found is our customers, their vendors kind of like the CSV format because they can drop it into Excel, they can subtotal things, they can add and subtract, do whatever they need to do. And the GP version of this is usually a PDF, and it just doesn't allow you to do those sorts of things. As you can see in the top part of the window here, it also allows you to pull some timesheet level details from 1Staff and put them into that remittance. As you know, the GP remittances today, they can't really dig back into 1Staff and pull that detailed information. And what we can do now is we can pull that information. Now, what you're seeing on the top of the screen, that's not the extent of what you can pull. Pretty much anything that's associated with the timesheet in the system, you can pull that into this report. And if you're interested in this feature, we can show you how to, we can include additional fields if you see a benefit in that. That's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Again, if you have questions on this Remittance Plus, if you think it's something that you could benefit from, please reach out to us. And if you have questions on any other features that we weren't able to touch on, we'll be able to let you know if they got into this release or when they're queued for a future release. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dana. I know that, as many of you know, we incorporate enhancements based on client feedback and requests, and I know a lot of the folks have been looking for that. So thanks so much for the highlight. And next we're going to chat with Robert, who's going to talk about some updates in WebTime. Robert.
Hi, thank you. Hi, I'm Robert Barron. I'm one of the software developers on the WebTime team, and this will be a brief and high-level overview of the latest enhancements we've made to WebTime. This latest update to WebTime offers a vastly improved user experience. It's designed to maximize efficiency, ease of use for employees, approvers, and system administrators alike. And we rebuilt WebTime from the ground up, and it's now powered by Microsoft's Blazor technology. And what is Blazor? Blazor is Microsoft's latest cutting-edge technology for building next-generation web-based applications, and is compatible with today's modern web browsers, i.e. Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Apple Safari, etc. And with Blazor technology, WebTime now boasts a new, sleek, and intuitive user interface. It now delivers significant performance improvements. You get faster load times with enhanced user experiences on desktop, smart tablets, mobile devices such as Android, iPhones, iPads, as well as Windows desktops and Mac workstations. And on the matter of modern web standards, with modern web standards that we've leveraged, WebTime ensures greater data protection and secure user authentication, safeguarding your organizational data from threats on the World Wide Web. And there we go. And WebTime now features an enhanced and intuitive user interface, making time and expense data entry as well as timesheet approval workflows much faster and more streamlined. Users can easily navigate to various timesheets that are currently open, submitted for approval, rejected timesheets, and finally approved timesheets. The enhanced responsiveness and visually appealing design create a more seamless and ergonomic experience for all users, thus minimizing the potential for user frustrations and confusion, fostering improved user engagement and satisfaction. WebTime now provides much faster load times with smooth and seamless transitions throughout user workflows. Timesheets, summary information, and daily entries are easily accessible with simple and intuitive drill down navigation. Timesheet calculations are performed on the fly in real time as the user updates their hours and expenses. And, excuse me, WebTime's business logic engine continuously monitors user input and immediately alerts users when entries are invalid and how they should be corrected. This ensures the timesheets are pre-validated for accuracy, subsequently expediting timesheet approvals. And overall, the enhanced responsiveness and improved visual design create a more seamless and ergonomic experience for all users. And there we go. And with faster performance, WebTime increases productivity, enabling personnel to complete, submit, and improve their timesheets more efficiently, reducing overhead and freeing up time for other daily tasks. And with more efficient workflows, approvers tasked with large volumes of timesheet approval requests can process those requests much faster, minimizing errors and reducing time expended on manual corrections. And in case you're wondering, WebTime is designed to work with 1Staff 365 backoffice, as well as 1Staff backoffice for GP, providing continuity. As well as with its improved performance and architecture, WebTime can easily scale to accommodate growing workforces, ensuring continued efficiency as your business needs expand. And that concludes our presentation of WebTime. And with that, we will be turning this over to Mr. Jonathan Mercer.
Well, thanks for that, Robert. We appreciate it. Always exciting to hear new features about WebTime. And just like you said, bringing up the rear will be Jonathan, who will be talking about 1Staff talent. Jonathan?
Yeah, thank you, Christine. Yeah, so 1Staff Mobile for Talent is a kind of intuitive mobile app designed to engage your talent throughout the staffing lifecycle by allowing candidates to search and apply for jobs, complete onboarding tasks, and manage their profiles, all fully integrated into our 1Staff front office in real time. So it's a key component for your public presence, for prospective workers browsing for a job board, looking for resources, to your talent using the app to engage with you and vice versa. So 1Staff Talent 24.1 release include 22 enhancements and 5 bug fixes. And the highlights included key improvements to the candidate worker registration, which I'll go into a little bit more detail, support for W4 and I9 forms within the app. It also adds new features like automatic verification of skills and job roles, enhanced candidate profile management, and improved document handling for SharePoint. Again, just as Dana and some of the others have said, I'm going to kind of just handpick some of the highlights, and I won't cover all those. If you want to know more about some of the other sort of benefits, then we can cover that in a kind of one-to-one session, or for instance, a follow-up. So let's handpick a high-value new feature. From 1Staff Talent, either as a browsing member of the public or as an authenticated candidate or worker, you can navigate to an About Us microsite as part of the Talent app. Here you can advertise your business, the why us as a staffing business, the benefits you provide, resources such as white papers, news, advice, webinars, etc. Promote details about your referral scheme, allow the user to browse locations and contact details, and of course, find work. All this detail, your branding and the content is all configurable. No code, maintained directly by you within front office, by you, the business. Next, as a reminder, 1Staff Talent provides that searchable job board. Again, let's emphasize that this is brandable, all directly working with front office real time. And it includes the ability to refer and promote jobs and your business to others. So with version 24.1, we have improved registration capabilities. We always had registration, but it was a little bit one-dimensional. And we'd had feedback, and again, we're very responsive in terms of feedback. We welcome it, and that feedback went into our development pipeline, and we've come up with a new streamlined quick registration. A few details captured, and if you need a resume added, and you're in. But we also wanted a multi-part registration option for candidates. We saw a lot of diversity in the market and across our clients. So we wanted a highly brandable and configurable process. Each business can determine the steps and stages in this multi-part registration. The detail from text disclosures to what you want to include and make mandatory, from rules on years of employment or number of skills required, are all definable by you. Multi-part, as you can, in section 1, capture personal details. In the second section, build your profile, or the candidate can build their own profile, parsing and verifying their details from their resume, or they might directly update those details. That may be from education, employment history, skills, interest in job roles. The third section can specify job or business-specific screening questions in a section we call quick confirmations. We want the whole experience to be a smooth and consumer-grade experience, which is in the hands of you to define what's included. Once registered, screened, you can continue through the application process, complete compliance tasks such as skills assessments, I9 verification, employment contracts, and that's been there for a while, but like I said, it's a continuous process. Again, I just want to emphasize that we have designed these features and the new registration features to be configurable, including the content and the branding. From 1Staff front office, no code, no latency. So those are the highlights for me. So I'm just going to hand back to Christine.
That was awesome. Thanks so much, Jonathan. So what we're going to do now is go into some Q&A based on some of the things we've received in the chat. So let's see. First question. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay. The first one, can we send each payable's remittance to multiple email addresses? I think that's perfect for Dana.
Yeah, so the emailing of the remittances actually goes off the internet information on the address ID for each vendor. So in the to field, you're able to separate email addresses with semicolons. So as long as you can fit the email addresses in that field separated by semicolons, then it will send to that group of email addresses associated with that address ID. I also, one thing that I kind of misspoke on earlier that I just wanted to correct, I mentioned that the effective dates for invoices, or sorry, for advanced discounts were compared against the timesheet line date. It's actually the invoice date. So that's a key difference. Obviously your timesheet line date and your invoice date can be different. So I wanted to make that clarification. It is the invoice date that the effective dates are compared against.
Thank you. Thanks for the clarification and great answer. I know that, again, is a request we've received from quite a few clients about multiple email addresses. Next question. Where can I find the complete list of new features? Chatelle, you want to address that one?
Yeah, I can address that. If you contact your account manager, we can send you those release notes, whichever ones you're asking for.
And also to follow up with that, please know that release notes can also be found in the client portal if that's easier access for y'all. So just to pile on that one. Okay, next one. I use WebTime and the Talent app. Ideally, I'd like employees to have just one login. Is that possible at all? I'm going to hand that over to Jonathan.
Look, at the moment, they are separate logins, but actually planned in the next release, due at the end of this year, is actually a pass-through. So you can be in the Talent app, and effectively there'll be an icon for WebTime, and it will pass through straight through to WebTime where they complete that. So it kind of makes the whole experience a kind of single login experience. Now, the reason why they're two separate apps is because we have people running back office and we have people running front office and some people running both. And so there's a good reason why we have discrete apps which can be used discreetly, but this will provide a complete lifecycle experience. And that's what we're kind of seeking, to kind of bring everything together. So that's actually planned and, you know, is in the immediate backlog.
Fantastic. I know that'll be helpful, but even in 24.1, at least we've got so much more access and enhancement. So thank you for that. Let's see, next question. Does WebTime work with the clouds or cloud back office?
I can answer that, because I mean, I think maybe that point was made by Robert. There was a lot of content today, but just to emphasize that Robert did highlight the fact that it works on our current back office in GP and our cloud solution back office based on Business Central. So yes, yes, the answer is a very clear yes to that. So just to clarify, if that wasn't understood, perfect.
Fantastic, thank you. So everyone, we've had some great questions. We appreciate it. Just a quick wrap up. Hopefully everyone is really excited with the improvements and enhancements that we've touched on. Again, like we said, there are a myriad of enhancements and fixes that we're all excited about. We could only touch on some today. Wanted to wet your whistle, reach out to us or support or whomever, get those release notes or the recording in the portal. Couple things. We have focused, as you know, on client feedback and requests, and we have continued to try to listen, and we are so eager to grow with you. And because of that growth, strategically, when you're ready to talk about the cloud, whether it's next year, whether it's 4 years down the road, don't forget to engage us early, since it is a considerable amount of planning, and we want to make sure budgetarily and through planning with your internal resources that we really get ahead of the game and work together on that. Also, I want to acknowledge that year end is coming. It always comes faster than any of us are ready. So we will be reaching out about those, for those of us who we can help you with year end assistance. And then lastly, don't forget that you have access to this recording, the release notes. We are eager to chat with you if you want to learn more. Most importantly, we really appreciate the time that you've spent with us today. And I hope everyone has an amazing day. We're actually ending a little early. So thank you so much for your time.